The kitchen was warm, filled with the comforting scent of spices and the quiet hum of the stove.
A young woman sat at the wooden table, her shoulders slumped in defeat. She let out a deep sigh, her voice shaking as she spoke.
Papa, I don't know how much more of this I can take. Every time I solve one problem, another one comes right after.
I feel like I'm drowning.
Her father, a chef with years of wisdom etched into his face, didn't respond immediately. Instead, he walked to the stove and filled 3 pots with water. The blue flames flickered to life beneath them.
His daughter watched, confused.
As he placed a potato in one pot, an egg in another, and a handful of ground coffee beans in the last. Minutes passed, the water bubbled and hissed, steam curling into the air. The daughter fidgeted, impatient. Why isn't he saying anything? Finally, after 20 minutes, he turned to the stove. With careful hands, he scooped the potato onto a plate, placed the egg in a bowl, and poured the freshly brewed coffee into a mug. Then he turned to her. What do you see? Potatoes, eggs, and coffee, she replied, her tone laced with frustration. Look closer, he urged. Touch the potato. She reached out and pressed, her fingers against it. It was soft, almost falling apart.
Now, break the egg. She tapped it against the table and peeled away the shell. Inside, the egg was firm, no longer fragile.
Now, taste the coffee.
She took a cautious sip. The rich aroma filled her senses, and for the first time that day, she felt a small smile creep onto her face.
Her father leaned in, his voice calm but firm. Each of these faced the same boiling water, but they reacted differently. The potato, once tough, became weak. The egg, fragile at first, turned hard, but the coffee beans, they changed the water itself, creating something new. He met her gaze. When life throws challenges at you, who do you become? The potato, the egg, or the coffee bean? Life will always bring struggles, but how we respond defines us. Will we let hardships weaken us? Will we let them make us cold and hardened?
Or will we embrace them, adapt, and turn them into something better? The choice is ours.